George Peel.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Anthony M. Williams. What can I say about Anthony M. Williams? Tony. I knew him as Tony. Tony was an artist. Tony was a teacher. Tony was a sometimes philosopher. Tony could be one of the biggest pains in the ass I ever had the pleasure to know. Stubborn, obstinate, opinionated. He could argue with you about anything. If you got him started on religion or politics, you better light a cigarette and order pizza because you're in for a long haul. I really liked him. He was real, and he was my friend. I met Tony first when he was on a part of a painting crew, house painting crew, and he was up on a 40-foot ladder painting the very, very tip of the house I owned at the time, and I saw him leaning out to get some spot that I missed, and I thought, better him than me. Wow, okay. A few years later, I also hired him to come back, and he did some interior work for us in painting the house. And then I didn't see him for several years. I did remember that during those times he seemed quiet, very professional. He did a great job. Then a few years later, he stopped by the house and asked if I had any work that he could do. And at the time, I didn't. So, but I said to him, would he be interested in helping me paint the set of the theater that I ran, Stage 1. We did dinner theater shows over at the Chateau, and would he be interested in doing that? He jumped at that idea. So he came over and he became part of the Stage 1 Productions family. He would help us put in the set, he would paint the set. It always had to be different every time we did a show, and then he would tear down the set, and he became part of our group, part of our family, as I can say. He also started, he would come over the house every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every Easter, and we had our extended family, my wife and I, and he was part of that group, and he was with us for many, many, many years, and it was a wonderful, wonderful relationship. It's during that time that I got to know him and talk to him about stuff that was going on. Yes, I learned that he wasn't a recovering alcoholic, and he was very proud of the fact that he had beat it. And I was too. You know, for any of us who have experienced someone with an addiction problem, we know how difficult it is for them to beat it. And he did. And that's impressive. It's a hard thing to do. He talked to me about the people that he had lost because of alcohol, about the opportunities that he missed, the time of life that he had wasted. He felt badly about that. I also found out then that he was a passionate artist, and he would also come to the house and bring his paintings with us and show us all of the things he did. He asked if it was at all possible at the time for me to help him put some sort of web page together so that he had a place that he could send people to see his art. And I said yes, and we started TonyWilliamsArt.com, which is still operating today. You can look it up if you so desire. And we put all his artwork up there and his stuff. And he liked that. He referred to himself when it came to technology as Fred Flintstone. The only man still using a flip open phone. He had a rotary dial in his house, I swear. Now, Tony was not the kind of person who sat around just yes, he was the kind of person who sat around complaining. But he was also the kind of person who went out and tried to do stuff, tried to fix something. He had an opinion, and he wanted to share that. So he got on all kinds of commissions. I mean, he was on the Manchester Arts Commission, the Bedford Crafters Guild, the Loudoun Village Art Group, the National Artists Association. He was part of the Friends of Manchester, Manchester Public Television. He did a show, the Art Expressions, Eagle Eye Community Organization. He taught painting at Hobby Lobby. He taught painting at the William Cashin Senior Center. This is a man who wanted to live, to be part of, to be doing something every moment. It's what he desired. Now in 2021, he got COVID, and that really did a job on his heart. And of course, as you all know, he was a smoker. And it was the one thing he couldn't do. Those things really took their toll. But right up until the end, as we all know, he was painting. Painting was his passion. I'd like to read you a poem that I think Tony would recognize as a philosophy that he would have. The poem is by Dylan Thomas. You may have heard the refrain. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave against the close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. The wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning. They do not go gently into that good night. Good men, the last wave, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late. They grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And now, my Father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Tony and I had different opinions about religion, but I can say with all honesty that I hope and pray that he is up in that beautiful sky painting the entire universe as his canvas.
Rolling Stones. I learned that from his daughter. You'd think I would know it after talking with him so many times.
Are they here today?
No. And I do remember, as we would talk, many times Anthony would ask me, do you know how much Keith Richards makes when he gets on stage? And he would start down that train of thought, and it was actually like a rabbit trail. So I was always trying to bring him back and not really listening about his Rolling Stones. But the Shiloh staff here, we stepped in when Anthony passed away because we did not know of any family, and we've since met them. We're very grateful for that. But as we're putting together pieces about his life, we put together a short tribute video, and it's to the backdrop of